I've had these stickers sitting outside for a little over 8 months, so we're gonna take a look at how they held up. Last year, I printed the same die cut sticker with these 8 different sticker vendors in both glossy and matte finishes. I compared everything about them to determine who was the best sticker printer. And if you wanna watch that first video, I'll leave a link below in the description. One test I couldn't complete was how the stickers would hold up after being outside for a few months. I put these outside in April of 2022, and I brought them back inside in December of 2022, so they spent about 8 months outside. And to give some context, I live in New York, so we don't get blasted with the same sun and UV rays as some of the southern states do, but we do get a good amount of rain and sometimes snow. I stuck these to a smooth, flat piece of Kydex or plastic I had sitting around to give these the best case scenario of conditions to hold up. So let's get into it. First up is Jak Prints. Now they don't claim their stickers are weatherproof or waterproof, so keep that in mind. The color on both of these is slightly more faded. They're looking a little more orange than red. The black areas look a little lighter. Overall, I don't think the fading is drastic, and you probably wouldn't notice it if you weren't comparing it to a fresh sticker. These aren't peeling up at all, and it's still adhered to the surface well. So all in all, these aren't bad for not claiming to be weatherproof or waterproof. Next is StickerApp. In terms of color, I think both of these look slightly duller and less vibrant than the fresh ones. And I think the fading is slightly worse on the matte version. This fading, however, is really only obvious when you're comparing it next to a fresh sticker. Neither of these stickers are peeling or have any kind of residue around them, so on that front, they're perfect. Rockin Monkey. Before getting into this one, I just want to say the fresh stickers I've kept stored have started to curl, which isn't a huge deal, but I find it kind of annoying, so I thought I'd note it. Comparing the outdoor stickers to the fresh ones, the color looks slightly faded in the red areas on the glossy version, but the black areas look fine. The color actually held up better on the matte sticker. Neither of these stickers are peeling up, but there is a slight halo of adhesive forming around the edges, which I would guess might be from sitting in the sun. The downside to this is that the stickers are collecting dust and dirt around the edges, and it just doesn't look clean. Sticker Ninja. Sticker Ninja had the most vibrant and saturated color of all of these originally, so I was kind of concerned that it would fade, but honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. These haven't faded at all, and in terms of color, they're fantastic. Neither of these stickers are peeling, but they do greatly suffer from an obvious ring of adhesive that's forming around the edges, which, as I've said before, collects dirt and it just doesn't look clean. And hey, if you guys are liking this video so far, consider liking and subscribing. Moving on to StickerYou. In terms of color, these held up really well and there isn't any noticeable fading, but the peeling, man, oh. The satin sticker is peeling really bad, and this goes to show that just because a sticker is thick doesn't mean it's gonna hold up well. And this is actually the thickest sticker in the whole bunch by far. The thinner glossy and matte stickers also suffer from some degree of peeling around the edges, but nowhere near as bad as that really thick satin one. Next is Sticker Robot. Color-wise, this sticker looks really good and there isn't any fading that I can see. This sticker isn't peeling and there's no adhesive issues, so overall, I'd say this one held up perfectly. Standout Stickers. Another one I want to note just before we get into it, the fresh stickers I've kept stored have started to curl, which isn't a huge deal, but I think it's annoying, so I figured I'd note it. Color-wise, both of these finishes held up really well, and there's no fading that I can see. Peeling, though, is a different story. The matte sticker is coming up, or more like bubbling up on some of the edges. The glossy one doesn't really seem to have this issue, but both of these stickers have an adhesive ring of residue forming around the edges that's really obvious, and for me personally, that just doesn't look good. And last but not least, Final Disorder. The color held up excellent, so no issues there at all. Neither of these are peeling up, but there is a really obvious ring of residue forming around the edges, and in my opinion, it just doesn't look great. So to give you a recap, this is a chart of my experience based solely on the outdoor durability. You can pause the video if you want a longer look. So based solely on the outdoor test, my recommendations would be Sticker Robot, StickerApp, and Jak Prints in that order. To me, the slight color fade isn't that noticeable on StickerApp and Jak Prints, but the residue ring is a deal breaker for some of those other vendors for me personally, because I just think it looks kind of crusty and gross. However, if you haven't watched my other video, you should definitely check it out because outside durability is not the only factor you should consider when choosing who to print with. So there you have it. These were just my experiences with these vendors in an outdoor setting. So let me know if you've had any experience with these vendors, and if you have, drop it below in the comments. Also, let me know what other sticker related topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. If you're looking for another sticker video to watch, I recently made one about StickerApp's holographic and other special effects stickers, so I'll leave a link to that below. If you thought this video was helpful, consider liking and subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.